Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Vicilios Bellos. Welcome to your Saturday edition news. Musicians, fiery performers, and local businesses were showcased in the Bay and Algoma area for day one of the Buskers Festival. Organizers say the event is bigger and better than previous years, as it features around 30 performers and 60 vendors over the weekend. Jessica Clement reports.
The Bay and Algoma area drew in thousands of people on Saturday to enjoy the music, food, and entertainment featured at the 9th annual Buskers Festival.
Our organizing committee invites artists and buskers and craft vendors and everything, invites them into the neighborhood. We think is a great landscape for an arts and culture festival, and that's what we're looking at today.
Site coordinator Brian Hamilton notes they started the festival back in 2011 to highlight Thunder Bay's arts and culture scene and the Bay and Algoma area. He says this year's festival has a little something for everyone, with around 30 performers showcasing their talents over the weekend. Egamon Houston, also known as the Fire Breather, was one of the performers visitors were able to watch. His grand finale was breathing fire while riding around on a 7-foot unicycle. Houston has been performing since he was 15 and says this was his first time in Thunder Bay.
Everybody here is so nice and the energy is great, and I've been here for a few days exploring the town as well, and Thunder Bay has just been so great to me. And I feel fantastic, you know. I'm excited for my last show of the day, and then I got 3 more tomorrow, so it should be amazing. I love it here.
Along with the various performers, attendees were also able to visit around 60 local businesses and vendor booths on site. Hamilton says they're expecting around 4,000 to 6,000 people over the weekend.
Well, this has been actually an exceptional year. It's just starting to peak now. So I think through the next 2 or 3 hours, you're going to see it just get crazy. The shows are going to be great throughout. We have a full line of activities for everybody, kids, people of all ages. It's going to be a really, really cool weekend.
The Buskers Festival continues on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
We'll head out west now, where the Canadian forces have arrived near Jasper, Alberta. They're there to provide support in the town that's been devastated by wildfires, which have destroyed hundreds of homes. CTV's Andrew Johnson has more.
Close to 100 soldiers are now in Hinton, Alberta, ready to be sent into the Jasper disaster zone. They're here from Manitoba, adding to hundreds more emergency personnel working to coordinate the firefight.
They're organizing today to find best locations for us to support Alberta wildfires starting tomorrow morning. Everything we can do to help, we're really ready to do that.
More than 350 buildings in Jasper have burned. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith and the town's mayor got their first up-close look at the devastation last night, when the mayor discovered the home he'd lived in for 67 years was among the many that no longer exist.
I had a glimmer of hope. Came to the street corner and saw a foundation.
The monster fire still burning outside town in Jasper National Park is 32,000 hectares. Fire crews are reporting fire activity is low, partially thanks to cool and wet weather over the past 2 days. In town, the fire is now out. A damage assessment has begun on roads and bridges, and crews are working to get the power turned back on. The thousands who were forced to leave Monday with whatever they could grab are now grappling with an excruciating wait away from their homes, if they're fortunate enough to still have one.
It comes in waves, and to tell them that, especially my kids, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to let tears flow, it's okay to feel frustrated, angry. Just try to make sure you're breathing.
The fire that destroyed entire neighborhoods is now the largest to burn within Jasper National Park in more than a century, and it'll likely take years to rebuild. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Hinton, Alberta.
Back in our province, where the Ontario Provincial Police recently held their 2023 Accolade Awards ceremony at their general headquarters in Orillia. Several of those awards went to staff from right here in the Northwest region. The awards are meant to recognize the exemplary work within the OPP. 8 awards went to teams or individual officers from our region, including Dryden OPP Sergeant Brittany Bembenek. She took home the Jim Potts Award for Community Service. Bembenek says she's grateful to community partners like the Dryden Friendship Center for working alongside her.
I've been so fortunate in the last couple of years to be able to kind of see the progress that we've made in our community, and just be a small part of that. And a big piece of that for me is ensuring that detachment members have been involved, but also encouraging my family, my husband, and my younger children to be involved in the community as well, as I hope that they grow up seeing the importance and the difference they can make in a community in a proactive way.
Bembenek is currently the OPP Community Engagement Officer in Dryden. She'll soon be taking on a bigger role as the Northwest Region's Community Mobilization and Engagement Officer with the Crime Prevention and Community Safety Unit. Lac Seul First Nation recently hosted a mobile spay and neuter clinic during a community animal wellness event. The clinic was a partnership with the Ontario SPCA, as well as a number of businesses and volunteers. Jaden Billick has more.
The Ontario SPCA, Humane Society, and Lac Seul First Nation worked together to spay and neuter over 100 animals during this 3-day clinic in the community of Frenchman's Head. Officials estimate around 3,000 unplanned puppies and kittens were prevented, who otherwise wouldn't be born in a proper home. The MASH-style event included animal wellness appointments, and over 150 vaccines were administered. Vice President of Community Outreach Services, Jennifer Bloom, speaks more.
Overall, we had a team of 10 veterinary staff, including 3 veterinarians, and we had the supporting RVTs, veterinary technicians, and veterinary assistants as well. We also had a number of our community outreach staff. So we had 2 staff members that attended and quite a few community members that volunteered.
Multiple pet networks and shelters collaborate in order to bring these mobile animal sterilization hospitals to communities which otherwise have limited access to veterinary assistance. This is just one of many yearly animal well-being operations that can't happen without sponsorship from community members.
So this event is certainly an example of what we can accomplish together towards making those communities safe and improving the welfare of animals in those communities as they sit. This is one of 12 MASH-style clinics that we're holding this year.
Bloom recognized those involved who travel far distances in order to support these programs, and thanks businesses in the Northwest who are supporting their clinics. Jaden Billick, TBT News.
The city's growing Iranian and Indian communities have welcomed a new grocery store that's exclusively selling products from those parts of the world. HDL Global officially opened its doors today with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The store is located at 635 Arthur Street West, in the same building that houses the Pizza Hut. HDL Global sells a large variety of spices and groceries, with all products coming directly from Iran and India. Along with groceries, it also features Desi Chacho, an Indian street food bar. The grocery store's founders are all former Lakehead International students who now permanently live in Thunder Bay. Faraz Khorsandi says they wanted to do something to make the growing local Persian and Indian population feel more at home.
As my position as the LUSU president, I would talk to a lot of students, and they were talking about accommodations and how it affects them staying in Thunder Bay. And for me, Thunder Bay is home now, and I wanted to, and we as a team wanted to have those accommodations so we can retain that population here in Thunder Bay and make them feel at home, and that way help the city, help the community, and again have different opportunities for people who've been living here long to explore new groceries, new food, and open their eyes to different things.
HDL Global is open every day with its hours found online. Another grand opening event was held yesterday, this time at Quality Cleaners. The outlet on Simpson Street hosted an open house where the public could get a tour of the newly finished dry cleaning business, which is the only one in Thunder Bay. Joel Mendelson has more.
Quality Cleaners is the only place in the city where local residents can get their personal dry cleaning done. Although the shop has been operational for some time already, they held a grand opening to celebrate their operations moving to in-house. Plant manager Gogol Nathan explains the change.
To address the immediate concerns of our customers, what we did was we opened up as a depot and we sent our items, all of our garments, down to Sault Ste. Marie, where we have the latest and greatest technology and the world-class training from 3 generations, I believe. The current owner has been doing it for 40 years. He had us trained, and we were using his shop to get everything done. Now we're doing everything in-house.
There's also an award-winning shoemaker working on site. The dry cleaning shop is now capable of cleaning, altering, and pressing clothing. Gogol says the quality of their work is top-notch.
Called the wash station, really, and what happens is we have 30-pound, 60-pound, and 90-pound wet cleaning and washing machines. Over there we have our machines from Italy. We use the latest and greatest non-carcinogenic solvent, so it's known as Green Earth, and they're environmentally friendly. So you get cleaner clothes in a sustainable manner. We have all of our pressing machines. Usually everyone just uses one iron box and goes for it. We have different stations set up with different machines which do different clothing. So the pants has a different station, your tops has a different station, even our shirts have a separate station too.
That's not the end of the development though. Quality Cleaners is now looking to get into the industrial side as well. For now, though, Mayor Ken Boshkoff says this fills a great need in Thunder Bay.
This is what you call a golden red letter day because a dry cleaner has been sorely missed. A lot of people were taking it with them when they went out of town to get their stuff done. So now, especially with an environmental organization like this is just great.
Quality Cleaners is the exclusive partner of Green Earth Cleaning in Northern Ontario. Their method uses a silicone base for its cleaning rather than a petroleum one, which makes the process sustainable and more efficient. Joel Mendelson, TBT News.
I can tell you that business has a lot of our reporters feeling pretty good. Probably none more than Ryan Bonazzo, though, getting his suits dry cleaned. We are now joined by sports anchor Nev Van Pelt. And Nev, a very exciting time in the city as the Women's Baseball World Cup's kicking off.
It sure is, and ahead of the tournament, Canada and USA faced off. Nothing like that rivalry to get things started, but we'll have the highlights from that game after the break.